Yesterday, I saw a video of the President of Ghana, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, urging all his appointees to declare their assets before occupying their various offices.
Let me also remind that the requirement to declare assets also includes all those who have been appointed as CEOs and deputy CEOs in government departments and agencies. Some of those people think they are not included. The amended law included all of them. So those who were rushing for position, you are covered by the assets declaration rule. And so they should declare their assets as quickly as possible. I've asked the Chief of Staff to write to all such persons to declare their assets promptly with the Auditor General's office.
And I was like, wow, I think I stand to be corrected, but this is the first time hearing, such statement from a certain government. I think it's a bold step he is taking to reduce the rate of corruption. Literally, I was very, very happy, hearing that from the president, even though this is not going to be effective in the course of fighting corruption, because people who are willing to be corrupt will always have their way out. For example, the very woman that I added in my thumbnail, Mama Pat, popularly known as Agradaa, literally almost all her assets are not registered in her name because she knows that she is some kind of fraud. So should in case she is to be brought to the court for frauding, it is going to be hard to point out some of her assets than to talk of seizing them. Even though, like I said, it's not going to be effective on the real grounds, but it's a bold step taken by the president. I strongly believe going forward, more effective measures will be taken. In regards to this, I think in the advanced countries, they don't particularly tackle only government appointees or people who are working for the government alone, but rather they generalize everything. So even if you are a normal civilian or normal citizen, you can be questioned at any given time to explain the source of your wealth or your assets. Yeah. So I think some of these measures can be taken in place going forward because it is going to be more effective. It seems the president, the certain government of the day is trying everything possible to, do it or reset the country as being stated by them. But I just don't want to believe that it's going to end like before, because sometimes they start nicely, but going forward, it's a different ball game altogether. The rest become history. So let's cross hands and give the government, the certain government, all the support. Because literally, it is not about NPP, it is not about NDC, it is not about New Force, it is about Ghanaians. The main reason why Ghanaians love to travel to the outside world is the condition over there, and not particularly who is the president over there, which party is ruling. Yeah, so I think this is a good move from the president, and I'm loving it.
The swearing in of this batch of 13 deputy ministers and 1 minister of state brings us closer to achieving the full complement of ministers. This week, I'll submit a final list of 4 deputy ministers to achieve the full complement of 60 ministers that we promised. We've also achieved the earliest approval of ministers by Parliament under the Fourth Republic, enabling them to get to work to roll out our commitment to the people of Ghana. And for this, I wish to thank Mr. Speaker and the honorable members of Parliament. The same commitment to composing a lead government has found expression in the appointments made at the presidency so far. So far, I've appointed 27 presidential staffers to various roles and 3 persons as directors of important governmental initiatives, bringing the total number of political appointees so far to 30. This list of 30 is pending approval from the Council of State. At the last count, there were 336 political appointees at the presidency under the previous government. While we're in the process of recruiting supporting staff to enable the full functioning of our presidency, the numbers will come nowhere near the army of people that were hired under the previous government. Our commitment to a lean government is not merely about reducing the number of ministerial appointees or reducing the numbers at the presidency. It is grounded in our firm belief that government must exercise fiscal discipline by ensuring that public resources are used efficiently and responsibly. This commitment stems from a deep recognition that there must be a fair balance between government expenditure and the responsibility of citizens to fund national development and state administration through payment of their taxes. Public funds must go primarily into investments that benefit the Ghanaian people directly, and those who administer those funds and use it in pursuit of that objective must not be the largest beneficiary of same. The full extent of our commitment to fulfilling our promises to the people have not only manifested in the way that we have curated the leanest government under the Fourth Republic, but we've also demonstrated same in the policies that we are pursuing. Only yesterday, the first budget statement and economic policy of this government was presented on my behalf by the Minister of Finance to Parliament. The budget has outlined specific interventions across all sectors, as contained in our 2024 manifesto, aimed at revitalizing the economy and reducing hardship. These policies are also aimed at ensuring improvement in education, healthcare, roads, energy, agriculture, trade and agribusiness, and other areas, all with the overarching objective of creating jobs for our people. The budget also provided specific allocated funds for all the commitments we made in the 120-day social contract with the people of Ghana. We found resources for the major infrastructure projects under our Big Push agenda, as we have also for the no academic fees policy, for the National Apprenticeship Program, for the Jumara Program, seed money for the Women's Development Bank, and the 1 Million Coders Program, among many others. These programs, which have been carefully thought through, will guarantee jobs for our young people and provide a spark for economic recovery. We've also not left out the vulnerable in society, and we've taken the step to end one of the most depressing situations in our education system, where young girls skip school due to their inability to afford sanitary towels. We made over 290 million Ghana cedis available for the distribution 290 million Ghana cedis available for the distribution of sanitary towels to all our schoolgirls. Similar attention has been given to persons with disability whose academic fees at the tertiary level have been completely absorbed. We've also proven through the budget statement that review does not mean cancel. Once and for all, for those who don't understand English, review does not mean to cancel. We have finally found a remedy for the long-lasting problem of the lack of dedicated funds for free SHS. By uncapping the GET fund, we have freed resources to underwrite the single largest allocation to the free SHS program, and that is to wait 3.5 billion Ghana cedis since the program started in 2017. We've also thrown a lifeline to sufferers of chronic diseases whose treatment often come at prohibitive cost by dedicating a portion of the uncapped amount from the National Health Insurance Levy to the Ghana Health Trust Fund, otherwise called Mahama Cares Program, designed to give respite to those who are unfortunately afflicted by these chronic diseases. A portion of those uncapped funds will also be dedicated to our free primary health care program. The presentation of the budget and the proposals contained in them now offers unique incentives for all ministers and deputy ministers to operate at full throttle to achieve the exact objectives for which they have been nominated. For Lydia Lamisi Akamvariba, you work under the Special Advisor on Governmental Affairs to achieve speedy and optimal reform in our public services. And from each of you who have been appointed as deputy ministers, much is expected from you. While your role as deputy ministers require professional subordination in supporting your substantive ministers, I shall hold you to the same standards of accountability, diligence, hard work, and sacrifice for Ghana's collective success. In view of this, the same cautions I gave to ministers against arrogance, against opulence, and neglect of duty apply to you as well. You must also promptly fulfill your assets declaration requirements and submit same to the Auditor General. You must also ensure that any travel outside Ghana passes the essential travel test and receives approval from the Office of the Chief of Staff. There are two clocks we hear. For those of us elected by the good people of Ghana to lead them, the clock we hear is the ticking of the fast clock of the 4-year time frame given to us by the people of Ghana. The officers you'll be working with in the public services have security of tenure, and they hear a more relaxed clock, and that clock takes towards their retirement age of 60 years. They may therefore not be in as much a hurry as you. You must therefore work to encourage and incentivize them to work at the pace of your 4-year mandate that the people of Ghana have given to you. If you're able to do this, to let them see the urgency and the hurry in which this government is, we shall achieve success. Let me also remind that the requirement to declare assets also includes all those who have been appointed as CEOs and deputy CEOs in government departments and agencies. Some of those people think they are not included. The amended law included all of them. So those who are rushing for position, you are covered by the assets declaration rule. And so they should declare their